Okay, so the Adobe story. I start off with our mission, which is changing the world through digital experiences. But what does that actually mean, and why should anybody care about that? I think in order to understand that mission, we need to understand the direction that we're headed from a macro view in terms of technology and how the landscape is changing. Because technology is exploding faster today than it ever has in the past. And pretty much all of our needs can be met with just a click of a button. Whether it's you need a ride somewhere, food delivered to your house, someone to walk your dog, all these needs can literally be met by just a couple taps of a screen. And that trend isn't slowing down anytime soon because there's new forms of experiences on the horizon with augmented reality, virtual reality, voice and gesture technology that's on its way. So we could already see this shift in how this is fundamentally altering the landscape. I mean, just take a look at Uber, for example. They've completely made taxis obsolete by harnessing data, digital, and they've 10x the experience of getting from point A to point B. So if one thing is clear is that preserving the status quo is not a business strategy moving forward. So what I want to talk about is the transformation that Adobe had to go through and where we are today. So in 2008, we had Creative Suite, Acrobat, Photoshop, PDF, and Illustrator, which were all leaders in their category. So we have Creative Suite, Acrobat. And although they were leaders in their category, growth became stagnant. And it became stagnant for a few reasons. One is because we were selling software out of a box. So when mobile was introduced to the picture, that totally disrupted our market. And also, people loved using Adobe's Creative Suite for handcrafting pieces of web pages, but that was just a small piece of their overall business objective. So we weren't mission critical to the C-suite and to upper management because we weren't in alignment with where they were heading as a business. So we asked ourselves the question of, if we're in the business of content, why are we just limiting ourselves to content creation? And why are we not following through with management, measurement, and monetization of that content? So I'll put a question mark over here. So in order to stay relevant, we knew we had to make a change. So what we did from there is we took a experience-led architecture. Essentially, which just means the Creative Suite now became the Creative Cloud, Acrobat became the Document Cloud, and the question mark of why we haven't expanded became the Experience Cloud. Now, this was huge for Adobe. The adoption of the Experience Cloud was a massive opportunity because now we've become uniquely positioned in the marketplace as the only company that can provide a true winning end-to-end experience. And what do I mean by that? I mean, we're the only company that can provide content, data, and delivery. Horrible penmanship, but so what does that mean? Content, data, delivery. I want to take a second to explain that because they're just buzzwords. But what it essentially means is being able to deliver the right content to the right person at the right time and at the right channel. And that's so important because if one of those is missing, then the whole customer experience gets thrown off. Because let's take me, for example, 25 years old, male. If I go to a site and maybe I'm looking for sports type of gear, and if I get targeted with a wedding dress, that's just wasted media. So it's really important that we get this right, and that's where Adobe Sensei comes in. Because there are so many digital touch points that it's a really tall order to ask marketers to do all of this manually. So we need artificial intelligence and machine learning to be able to personalize and automate personalization at scale to help streamline content velocity. And the only way to do that is by leveraging powerful machine learning that understands experiences at their core. And Adobe Sensei has processed trillions of transactions, so it has the deep insight and deep machine learning to get the job done. So when I think of the Adobe story, it's really one of transformation, and it's one of ongoing commitment to helping our customers navigate this ever-changing and ever-evolving landscape. And that's the Adobe story.